Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive into a really fascinating topic that you wanted to know more about. This time, it's Agentic AI. So it sounds like you're pretty curious about this new frontier in artificial intelligence.
Right.
We're going to be exploring how it's different from the AI we're kind of used to and
Yeah.
what kind of impact it could have on
Sure.
your world and how you work and live and everything.
Yeah.
So to help us on this deep dive,
Okay.
we've got a really interesting report here from PwC Middle East.
Mhm.
It's called Agentic AI, the New Frontier in GenAI.
Right.
And we're also going to be looking at some of the research sources that they used.
Okay.
And just for context for you, PwC is a global professional services firm, so they're a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a lot of experience and insights.
Yeah.
So their insights are pretty valuable.
I agree.
Yeah.
Their perspective on this is really interesting.
So what really jumped out at me about this report was how it focuses on AI that can actually operate independently and make its own decisions to achieve certain goals. So it's not just like the AI we're used to seeing, it's like a whole other level.
Yeah, it's a big step beyond what we're used to.
Yeah, so can you maybe give us an idea
Sure.
of what agentic AI is and how it's different from the kind of AI that we see?
So think of traditional AI as like a really skilled worker
Okay.
who follows your instructions really precisely. They're great at specific tasks,
Yeah.
but they need really clear directions
Okay.
for every single step.
So rule-based kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So agentic AI, on the other hand,
Okay.
it's more like having a brilliant strategist on your team. You just give them a high-level goal, and they'll figure out
Yeah.
the best way to achieve it.
Yeah.
They can even adapt to unexpected challenges along the way.
So they're autonomous.
Yes,
So
exactly.
they can make their own decisions
That's right.
to reach that goal. That's amazing.
It's a real game changer.
Yeah, so they're not just passively
Right.
executing instructions, they're actively problem solving.
Yeah, they're proactive.
Yeah.
They're anticipating needs.
Right.
They're taking initiative.
Wow, so this isn't just a sudden leap in AI.
No, not at all.
Kind of
It's been building for a while.
building up over time.
Yeah, the report actually outlines 3 key phases
Okay.
in the evolution of agentic AI.
Gotcha.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
it was all about integrating machine learning.
Right.
That's when AI started to learn from data and become more adaptable.
So instead of being programmed with specific rules, they're actually able to
They're learning.
learn and understand.
They're understanding patterns in data.
Yeah, so that must have opened up a whole world of possibilities.
It was a huge breakthrough.
Right, because now they're not limited by what they're programmed to do.
Yeah, they can go beyond that.
They can actually learn and grow. Yeah, so then what happened? What was the next phase?
The second phase was the introduction of multimodality,
Multimodality.
which means that AI started combining text, images, and audio.
Wow, so they're using multiple senses to learn.
Multiple sources of information. Yeah, for a more...
Right, to get a bigger, a more holistic understanding of the world. So, instead of just reading a report, they can also look at a chart and listen to someone talk about it.
Exactly, just like a human would.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Pretty amazing.
So what's happening now? What's the current state of this?
So the report calls this the phase of advanced autonomy and real-time interactions.
So they're making decisions in real time.
Yes, that's right.
Wow, so it's almost like science fiction is becoming reality.
Yeah, it really is.
This real-time decision-making must have huge implications.
Oh, it does.
Especially in fast-paced fields.
Absolutely.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah, think about self-driving cars.
Yeah.
Or high-frequency trading.
Yeah, that's true.
Split-second decisions are critical in those fields.
Yeah.
And agentic AI is going to revolutionize those things.
Okay, so it's not just those specific fields. It can impact...
That's broader than that.
Every business.
Yeah. Any organization can benefit from this.
So what kind of benefits are we talking about?
Well, think about increased efficiency, improved decision-making, and just better customer interactions.
Right. So those are all
the key things.
Huge competitive advantages for any business.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
It's a significant competitive edge.
Yeah, so if you can automate those complex workflows that slow down businesses, you can save money, right?
You reduce operational costs.
Yeah, and then your human talent can focus on more strategic.
More creative work, more strategic work.
So they can focus on the stuff that AI can't do yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then what about data analysis?
Data analysis is huge.
Right.
Agentic AI can analyze massive amounts of data
Yeah.
and uncover insights that humans would never find on their own.
Yeah, like it can see patterns
Yeah, it can see patterns.
that we just wouldn't even
Right.
to look for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this leads to better, faster decisions.
So you're making smarter decisions,
Exactly.
not just faster decisions.
Yes, smarter and faster.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's a powerful combination.
What about adaptability?
Adaptability is key in today's world,
Yeah.
and agentic AI is incredibly adaptable.
So it can learn from new data?
It can adjust to changing environments.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like having a team of like tireless analysts
They're good.
constantly working to optimize everything.
That's a great way to put it.
So it sounds really promising, but I think a lot of people are probably wondering,
Yeah.
like, what are the actual benefits?
Yeah. What are the concrete benefits?
Yeah, like what can they actually expect?
Right.
Can you give us some specific examples?
Yeah. So the report highlights 4 main benefits.
Okay, let's hear them.
Enhanced decision-making,
Okay.
boosted efficiency and productivity, improved customer experience,
Okay.
and then ultimately revenue growth.
Okay, so those are some pretty big benefits.
It's a powerful combination.
So let's unpack those a little bit.
Okay.
So enhanced decision-making.
Right.
How does agentic AI actually achieve that?
It's all about the data.
Okay.
Agentic AI can analyze huge amounts of data
Oh.
from all sorts of sources.
Yeah.
And it can identify patterns
Okay.
and extract insights
Right.
that humans just couldn't possibly uncover on their own.
So instead of relying on intuition or gut feeling,
Exactly.
you're making data-driven decisions.
Data-driven decision.
Yeah, which is a game changer.
It really is.
Because you're using information
Right.
to make those decisions.
Real insights
Yeah.
based on data.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Powerful.
And then what about efficiency and productivity?
So think about all those repetitive tasks
Okay.
that people do every day.
Uh-huh.
Data entry,
Yeah.
scheduling,
Right.
basic customer service inquiries.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Agentic AI can take over those tasks.
So it frees up employees
Except your human employees.
to do the more important stuff.
Exactly.
That's correct.
So they can focus on
Right.
more complex and creative work.
Right,
Which is
they're better at.
exactly, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Employees are happier.
Right.
The organization benefits
Yeah.
from increased efficiency.
Yeah, so everyone's happy.
Everyone wins.
Yeah. Okay.
And you reduce errors. You streamline workflows and you speed up operations.
Yeah, so it's like a recipe for success.
A recipe for efficiency and productivity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And happier employees.
Right.
Which is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
All right, now let's move on to customer experience.
Okay, so this is a big one.
This is a huge one, especially these days.
Customer experience is everything.
Yeah, everyone's focused on customer experience now.
Exactly.
So how is agentic AI?
So the report highlights the emergence of AI customer support agents,
Oh, really?
like Sierra.
Sierra.
Yeah, Sierra.
Okay, tell me more about this.
So Sierra represents an innovative service as a software model,
Okay.
which is really different from traditional software.
In what way?
So instead of purchasing licenses,
Okay.
companies can pay for specific outcomes
Oh, interesting.
that are delivered by these AI agents.
So instead of paying for the software,
Right.
you're paying for the results.
You're paying for the results.
Yeah, that's a really cool concept.
It's a really interesting approach.
Yeah.
So in Sierra's case,
Okay.
companies would pay for resolved customer issues.
Oh, that's interesting.
So they only pay
Right.
when the AI agent successfully resolves a customer's problem.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does, especially for businesses
Yeah.
with high customer service volume.
Yeah, if you're getting a lot of inquiries,
Exactly.
that would be a really
It's a much more efficient model.
appealing option.
It is.
Yeah, and these AI agents.
And these AI agents are constantly learning,
Right.
so they get better over time.
Yeah, so your customers are getting like personalized help.
Instant personalized help,
Yeah.
and businesses are getting better results.
So it's a win-win
It's a win-win for
From the-
everybody involved.
for everyone.
Yeah.
And it shows how
That's amazing.
agentic AI is transforming customer service.
This is really exciting stuff, but
it is.
I'm really curious to see how this is playing out.
Real-world examples. Yeah, in the real world.
The report's full of them.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So can you give us some examples
Sure.
of companies that are using this successfully?
Absolutely. A great example is Siemens AG.
Siemens. Okay.
They're a global leader in manufacturing.
Okay.
They're using agentic AI
Uh-huh.
to transform their maintenance operations.
So how are they doing that?
They've deployed AI models
Okay.
that analyze sensor data from machinery
Okay.
to predict equipment failures.
Oh, wow. So instead of waiting for something to break down, they're
Exactly.
proactively addressing it.
Proactive maintenance.
Wow.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
They can schedule maintenance
Right.
before anything actually breaks.
So they're reducing downtime.
Reducing downtime,
Saving money.
saving significant costs.
Wow, that's amazing.
They reported a 20% reduction in maintenance costs
Wow.
and a 15% increase in production uptime.
Those are some pretty impressive results.
They're impressive.
Yeah, it really shows how this can...
It impacts the bottom line.
Yeah, impact the bottom line.
Directly.
Yeah. What other examples do you have?
Okay, let's move to healthcare.
Okay.
The Mayo Clinic
Mm-hmm.
is using Agentic AI to speed up
Okay.
and improve the accuracy of diagnoses.
Wow, that's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
Their AI system
Okay.
processes imaging data
Mm-hmm.
alongside patient history and lab results
Right.
to provide really comprehensive insights for radiologists.
So it's like having...
It's like having a superpowered assistant.
Yeah, like a medical assistant.
Exactly.
That's helping the doctors
Helping the doctors make the best decisions.
make the best decisions.
Yes.
So what kind of impact has that had?
They've reported a 30% reduction in diagnostic times
Wow.
and a 15% decrease in unnecessary procedures.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, so it's improving patient care.
Improving patient care.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
And speeding things up.
Speeding things up, making things more efficient.
Yeah. That's amazing. Are there any other industries?
Yeah, the report showcases a wide range of examples.
Okay.
JP Morgan Chase is using it
Okay.
to streamline legal document analysis in finance.
Okay.
Amazon is personalizing shopping experiences in retail.
Mm-hmm.
DHL is optimizing logistics and delivery times in transportation.
Yeah.
And even the Singapore government is using it.
The government.
Yeah, they're using it
Bro.
to manage traffic flow, energy, and public safety.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's pretty amazing.
So it seems like every industry is finding ways
Every industry is finding ways to use this. Yeah.
and benefit from this.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not just a tech thing anymore.
It's not just for tech companies.
It's like a fundamental
It's becoming fundamental.
shift in how we operate.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And what's really fascinating is this shift
Okay.
from AI as a co-pilot
Okay.
assisting humans
Mm-hmm.
to operating more autonomously,
Oh, wow.
like an autopilot mode.
So it's like we're moving
We're moving
from AI as a helper to AI as a leader.
Yeah, in many areas.
That's both exciting and a little bit daunting.
It is. It's a powerful technology.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's still early days,
Right.
but the potential is huge.
Yeah, this is all really insightful.
I'm glad you're finding it helpful.
I'm learning a lot. So we've explored like the what and the why
Right.
of agentic AI, but I think now I'm really curious like the how.
The how is important.
Yeah, what are the actual tools
The tools and
and
platforms.
platforms that organizations can use
Right.
to make this happen?
You can dive into that.
Yeah, let's dive into those details in the next part.
Sounds good.
You know, as we were talking about all the amazing things that agentic AI can do,
Yeah.
I started thinking about the practical side of things, like how do organizations actually implement this?
That's a great question. And the report actually provides some insights into that.
Oh, perfect.
They categorize the available tools into two main groups: commercial solutions and open source solutions.
Okay, so commercial solutions.
Yeah, think of those as like ready-made software packages
Yeah.
that organizations can just buy and implement,
Uh-huh.
whereas open source solutions are
Right.
freely available for anyone to use, modify, and distribute.
So it's kind of like the difference between buying a pre-designed house
Right.
or building one from scratch.
Exactly. Both options have their advantages and disadvantages.
Right. It just depends on...
Yeah. It depends on your needs, your resources, your technical expertise.
Yeah, exactly.
All those factors come into play.
So let's start with commercial solutions.
Okay.
What kind of options are out there?
So the report mentions LangGraph and Crew AI as prime examples.
LangGraph.
Yeah. LangGraph is known for being user-friendly and adaptable.
Okay.
They offer really robust customer support,
Mm-hmm.
seamless integration with existing systems,
Right.
and a high degree of customization.
So it's a good option.
Yeah, it's a great option for both startups and larger enterprises.
Right, because it's got that support. Exactly. They make the implementation process really smooth.
Okay, and then what about Crew AI?
Crew AI is more geared towards larger enterprises,
Yeah.
particularly Fortune 500 companies.
Gotcha.
Their focus is on ease of use,
Okay,
with no-code tools and templates for quick deployment.
So it's like more plug and play.
Yeah, it's more plug and
You
play.
can just kind of get up and running quickly.
Exactly, without a steep learning curve.
Okay, that makes sense.
And they offer both self-hosted and cloud-based deployment options.
Okay, so it's flexible.
Yeah, it's flexible for organizations with different infrastructure preferences.
Gotcha. So those are some good options for commercial solutions.
Those are some of the leading options in that space.
Okay, and then what about open source solutions?
Right, open source is a whole other world.
Yeah, and like you said, they're free,
They're freely available.
which is a big advantage.
Yeah, especially for organizations with limited budgets.
Right. Yeah.
Or who want more control.
Yeah, they want to be able to tweak things. Yeah, they want to tweak things. They want to have more control.
Yeah.
So two prominent examples mentioned in the report
Okay.
are AutoGen and AutoGPT.
AutoGen.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that one.
AutoGen is a framework
Okay.
that facilitates cooperation among multiple AI agents.
So it's like a conductor leading an orchestra.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Making sure they're all working together.
Making sure all the different AI agents are working together harmoniously
Yeah.
to achieve a common goal.
Wow, that's cool.
It's really good at managing those complex AI workflows
Okay.
that involve multiple steps and interactions.
So it's like a master coordinator?
Yeah, it's a coordinator, it's a manager.
Yeah, keeping everything running smoothly.
Yeah, and what's really interesting about AutoGen
Okay.
is that it supports human-in-the-loop workflows.
Okay, so humans are still involved.
Humans can still be
But
involved.
you're not completely out of the loop.
Yeah, they can provide guidance and feedback.
Okay, so you're not just handing over
Right. It's not a complete
Right.
handover.
all the control to the AI.
It's a collaboration.
Yeah, that's reassuring.
It is. It's a good balance.
Okay, and then what about AutoGPT?
AutoGPT is really gaining traction
Okay.
in the AI community.
So what's special about this one?
It's an autonomous AI agent
Okay.
that can execute tasks independently.
So it can just kind of do its own thing.
Yeah, it can do its own thing.
Wow.
Using the GPT-4 architecture,
GPT-4.
which is one of the most advanced language models available.
That's like the brain behind it.
Yeah, GPT-4 is like the brain,
Okay.
enabling it to understand and generate human-like text.
Wow, so it's like having a really skilled
Yeah,
AI assistant?
an AI assistant that can take on complex tasks
Yeah.
without constant supervision.
That's amazing.
And what sets AutoGPT apart
Okay.
is its ability to break down a large goal into smaller, more manageable subtasks,
Okay.
and then it figures out the most efficient way to complete them.
Wow, that's impressive.
It can even access the internet
Really?
to gather information
Wow.
and execute code.
So it's pretty versatile.
It's incredibly versatile.
I can see that being used for all sorts of things.
Yeah, all sorts of things.
Like writing reports.
Writing reports, creating marketing materials,
Mhm.
analyzing data.
Yeah, all that stuff.
And the beauty of open source tools like this is that they're constantly evolving.
Because you've got a whole community of developers.
Exactly, a global community of
that are
developers.
constantly working on it.
It's a really dynamic ecosystem of innovation.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's a lot to consider
There is
when choosing between commercial and open source.
a big decision.
Yeah, so what kind of advice does the report give?
They emphasize the importance of considering several key factors.
Okay.
First, you need to think about upstream and downstream integration capabilities.
So how well will it connect?
Yeah. How well will these AI tools connect with your existing systems and data sources?
Right, so it's got to be able to talk to.
It's got to be able to
For
talk.
other systems.
Your other systems.
Yeah. To work properly.
Exactly. You don't want it to be siloed.
Yeah, you don't want it to be a separate thing.
You want it to integrate smoothly.
Right, to get the most out of it.
And then you also need to assess the resources required
Okay.
to build, deploy, and manage these solutions.
Right, so do you have the in-house expertise?
Exactly. Do you have the team?
Yeah.
Do you have the skills?
Or would it be better to go with a commercial solution?
Right. Maybe a commercial solution with dedicated support
Would be a better fit.
might be a better fit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's important to remember that this field is evolving so rapidly.
Right, it's changing all the time.
New tools and platforms are emerging all the time.
So you got to stay on top of it.
You got to stay informed.
Yeah.
You got to be adaptable.
Right, it's not a one-time decision.
It's an ongoing process.
You're constantly evaluating and exploring.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the report talks about adopting an AI-first mentality.
Yes. That's a key concept.
So what does that mean? What does that look like?
It means looking at every aspect of your business,
Okay.
your products, your services, your internal processes,
Yeah.
through the lens of AI.
Okay.
How can AI enhance what you're already doing?
Right.
How can it create new possibilities?
So it's not just about fixing problems.
It's not just about fixing problems.
Is it about, like,
It's about creating new opportunities.
Yeah, creating new opportunities.
It's about innovation.
Yeah, pushing the boundaries.
Pushing the boundaries, exactly.
So it's a really exciting time.
It's a very exciting time.
To be working in this field.
Absolutely.
All right, so this is all making a lot of sense, but I'm sure a lot of people feel overwhelmed. Like,
Yeah.
where do you even begin?
It can be daunting.
Yeah, so does the report offer any guidance on that?
It does. They outline a really practical 6-step roadmap
Okay.
for
Yeah.
implementing agentic AI successfully.
Perfect. So we've already talked about the first 2 steps.
Yeah, aligning your vision with your business goals.
Right.
And assessing your current capabilities.
So like laying the foundation?
Exactly, laying the groundwork.
Okay.
So now let's move on to step 3.
Okay.
Which is all about meticulous execution.
Meticulous execution.
This is where you start putting your plan into action.
All right, so let's roll up our sleeves.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Get into the details.
Yeah.
What does meticulous execution actually look like?
The report strongly recommends starting small.
Okay.
With pilot projects.
So you're not doing a huge rollout?
You're not doing a huge rollout right away.
You're testing the waters?
You're testing the waters. You're gathering data.
Right, you're figuring out what works.
You're refining your approach.
Okay.
Before you commit to a full-scale implementation.
So it's like dipping your toes in the pool.
Exactly.
Before you jump in the deep end.
It's about minimizing risk.
Okay.
And maximizing learning.
Oh, like that.
So the report suggests selecting high-impact use cases.
Okay.
For these pilot projects.
So you're starting with things that are going to...
Yeah, things that will deliver tangible results quickly.
Right, and show the value.
Demonstrate the value.
Yeah.
And then you can build momentum from there.
Okay, so what else should organizations keep in mind during this phase?
It's really important to define clear metrics for success.
Okay, so how are you going to measure...
How are you going to measure the impact?
Yeah.
What data are you going to collect?
Right.
To determine if these projects are achieving their objectives.
So you're setting benchmarks.
Setting benchmarks, tracking progress.
Making sure you're on the right track.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's also crucial to embrace an agile methodology.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means being flexible and adaptable.
Okay.
Throughout the process.
So you're not rigidly sticking to a plan.
You're not being rigid.
Yeah, you're being flexible.
You're being responsive to feedback.
Right.
You're willing to iterate based on the data you gather.
Yeah, so it's a continuous process.
It's a continuous process of learning and refinement.
Okay, so let's say your pilot projects are successful. You've gathered some good insights. You're ready to expand the use of this.
All right, so now we're moving on to step 4.
Okay.
Which is scaling up.
Scaling up, okay.
So you've tested it. It's working.
Right.
Now you want to roll it out more broadly.
Okay, so what are some key considerations for doing that successfully?
One crucial aspect is ensuring that you have the right support in place.
Okay, so that means technical support.
Technical support, organizational support from leadership.
Right, you need buy-in from everyone.
Buy-in is crucial.
Okay, so you've got that foundation.
You've got the foundation of technical expertise.
Yeah.
And organizational alignment.
Gotcha.
You also need a robust data infrastructure.
Okay.
To handle the increased volume and complexity of data.
So you need a strong pipeline.
You need a strong pipeline.
To make sure that data is flowing.
Yeah, data is the fuel that powers AI.
Right.
So you need to make sure it's high quality.
Is it accurate?
It's accurate, it's accessible.
Yeah.
And then, of course, integration is key.
Right. How's it going to fit in with your other systems?
How is it going to talk to your other systems?
Yeah, it's got to work together.
It's got to work seamlessly.
With everything else.
Exactly. You don't want it to be a separate silo.
Yeah.
And just as important is maintaining a focus on continuous optimization.
Continuous optimization.
Even after you've scaled up.
Okay.
You need to constantly monitor the performance.
Right. You can't just set it and forget it.
You can't just set it and forget it.
You got to keep tweaking it.
You got to keep tweaking it, gather feedback.
Right.
Make adjustments.
Yeah, so it's an ongoing process.
It's an ongoing process of improvement.
Gotcha. Okay, so now let's move on to step 5.
Okay, step 5.
Which is risk management.
Risk management is crucial.
Yeah, because as AI becomes more powerful
yeah.
and more integrated into our systems,
right.
the risks become bigger, right?
The stakes are higher.
Yeah. So what are some key areas?
So the report highlights 3 main areas.
Okay.
Security protocols.
Okay.
Ethical considerations. And compliance.
Okay, let's start with security protocols.
Okay, security is paramount.
Yeah, because these systems can be vulnerable.
They can be vulnerable to attacks.
Right, just like any other computer system.
Exactly. So you need to be proactive.
You gotta protect them.
You got to protect them.
Yeah.
Things like access controls, encryption,
Right.
intrusion detection systems.
Regular security audits.
Yeah, regular audits are important.
So it's like building a fortress
It's like building a fortress
around your AI systems.
around your valuable data.
Yeah.
And then compliance is another big one.
Yeah, because the laws are always changing.
The legal landscape for AI is constantly evolving.
So you got to stay up to date.
You got to stay informed.
Yeah.
There are already laws and guidelines out there.
And you got to make sure you're following
You
them.
got to make sure you're compliant.
Yeah, so you're being a responsible steward
Responsible stewardship is crucial.
of this technology.
Exactly.
Okay. And then the final step in the roadmap
Okay, step 6.
is organizational change.
Organizational change is huge.
Yeah, because it's not just about the technology.
It's not just about the technology.
It's about the people.
It's about the people.
Right.
And how they adapt.
How they adapt to this new way of working.
Yeah, it's a big shift.
It's a big shift.
So how can leaders manage this change effectively?
The report emphasizes the importance of education and upskilling.
Okay, so people need to understand.
People need to understand what this is,
Yeah.
how it works, how it's going to impact their roles.
So they're not afraid of it.
They're not afraid of it.
Yeah, they see it as an opportunity.
They see it as an opportunity
to learn and grow.
to learn and grow.
Yeah.
It's about empowerment.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's also about fostering a culture of innovation.
Okay, because AI can be a tool for innovation.
AI is a powerful tool for innovation.
Yeah.
It can analyze data, identify patterns,
Right.
generate ideas that humans might overlook.
So it's like a creative partner.
It's a creative partner.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool.
So encourage your employees to embrace that.
To experiment, to be curious.
Be curious, push the boundaries.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It's a really exciting time.
Yeah, and then remember, adaptation is key.
Adaptation is key.
Because this field is changing so fast.
It's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Organizations need to be flexible.
Right, they got to be able to adapt.
They got to be able to adapt.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing journey.
Okay, so this roadmap sounds really helpful.
Practical framework.
It gives organizations a clear path.
Yeah, a clear path forward.
But I want to talk about the potential challenges.
The challenges are real.
Yeah, what are some of the risks that organizations might face?
That's a great question. We can dive into those in the next part.
Okay, so we've talked about the roadmap for implementing Agentic AI.
Right.
But let's be realistic. There are going to be some challenges along the way, right?
Absolutely. There are always challenges with any new technology.
So what are some of the potential pitfalls?
Okay. One of the biggest challenges that organizations often face is data quality.
Data quality. Okay.
Because these AI systems, they rely on massive amounts of data to learn and make decisions.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. If the data is bad, the AI is not going to be effective.
So it's not just about having a lot of data.
No, it's about having the right data.
Yeah, it's got to be good data.
It's got to be accurate. It's got to be complete. And it can't be biased.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So organizations need to invest in data cleansing, data governance, data quality management.
So they're treating data as like a valuable asset.
Exactly. Data is a valuable asset.
Okay, what other challenges might pop up?
Another big one is talent acquisition and retention.
Okay, so finding the right people.
Finding the right people with the right skills.
Right.
Because you need people who understand machine learning, data science, AI development.
Those are specialized skills.
They are. And it's a competitive market.
Yeah. So attracting and retaining those people.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it can be tough.
And it's not just about hiring new people.
Right.
You also need to upskill your existing workforce.
So give them the training they need.
Exactly. Give them the training, the opportunities to learn.
To adapt to this new world.
Exactly. Because AI is changing the workplace.
Yeah, for sure. What else?
Another challenge is managing expectations.
Okay.
AI is powerful, but it's not magic.
Right. It's not a silver bullet.
It's not going to solve all your problems overnight.
Yeah, you need to have realistic expectations.
Realistic expectations are key.
And understand that it's a journey.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes effort.
Yeah, you got to put in the work.
You got to put in the work.
Yeah. Okay, so those are some of the challenges, but let's zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
What about the long-term implications of agentic AI?
The long-term implications are huge.
Yeah, how do you see it shaking the world?
It's going to revolutionize countless aspects of our lives.
So it's still early days.
It's still early.
But you think it's going to have a big impact?
A massive impact.
Yeah.
We're going to see AI-powered applications and services everywhere.
Okay, so give us a glimpse into that future.
Okay, imagine a world where AI assistants manage your schedule,
Okay.
personalize your learning experiences, help you with creative tasks like writing or design.
Wow, so it's like having...
It's like having a team of personalized experts.
Yeah, available 24/7.
Available all the time.
To help you with everything.
To help you with everything.
Wow, that's amazing.
And that frees up your time.
Right, you can focus on the things that matter.
Exactly. You can focus on relationships, passions, your community.
So it's about using AI to create a more fulfilling life.
A more balanced life.
Yeah, I like that.
That's the goal.
But we also have to be mindful
Of course, we have to develop and use AI responsibly.
How do we do that?
I think we need to approach AI development with a human-centric mindset.
Human-centric. Okay.
Yeah. So we're not just creating powerful AI.
Right.
We're creating AI that serves humanity.
AI that benefits everyone.
Exactly. We need to prioritize ethical considerations.
Yeah.
Data privacy, social impact.
Yeah. Make sure it's aligned with our values.
Exactly. We want AI to contribute to a better world.
A more equitable and sustainable world.
That's the vision.
I love that. This has been a really fascinating conversation.
I'm glad you found it helpful.
I've learned a lot about agentic AI.
It's a fascinating field.
It is, and it's definitely something that everyone should be thinking about.
Absolutely. It's going to impact all of us.
Yeah. So as we wrap up, what's the one key message?
Embrace the potential of agentic AI.
Okay.
But do so thoughtfully and responsibly.
Thoughtfully and responsibly.
Stay informed, engage in conversations.
Yeah.
Advocate for ethical development and use.
Because the future of AI.
The future of AI is not predetermined.
Right.
It's a future that we're all shaping together.
That's a powerful message. It's a reminder that we all have a role to play.
We all have a part to play.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
Into the world of agentic AI.
It's been a great conversation.
It has. We hope you found it insightful.
I hope so, too.
And empowering.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening.